What's up, YouTube? Thunderwolf89, and I don't know if people still watch my channel, but cause I haven't posted. I don't post that often, and also most of the time it's because it's basically there's nothing I see as interesting to post really. Because basically posting things like Firefist, Mermail, and stuff, decks like that, which is what main decks I have, aren't really that interesting because basically they're all normally the same, and basically, yeah, that's it. But with the release of, basically with the sneak peek that happened this weekend, it was basically deck I have basically. Well, yeah, being a title on it, so yeah. Dragunity's got a big boost from the Elemental Dragon Tempest in this deck, or basically so make it a lot more consistent, and basically I reckon it'd be one of the basically a tier 2 deck, because basically it can OTK first, yeah, basically can FTK, OTK, and basically now it's got a lot more consistency. But yeah, on with the deck. We'll get on with the deck list, and then I'll say about the combos in another video. Basically, like combos of how you could OTK. So start off with 3 ducks. One of the key parts of your combo, basically. This is the start of your combo. But you don't know what effect. You know what effect is. Summon. Well, if you play Dragunities, or if you don't know, basically it's summon. You summon him, equip him with the Phalanx, unequip Phalanx, and then go to Vadriana, and that starts your level climbing. Next we have 3 Phalanx, basically the tuner that ducks will equip, and it basically will unequip itself, synchro with the ducks, and make Vadriana or Gdurg, and continue to level climb and make level climb or XZ, which basically is possible thanks to basically using this. 3 Mistletoe. This wasn't always used, or back when synchros were really popular. This was kind of used much, but wasn't used as much, just because the fact that it's level 6, and you have to send a Dragunity monster on the field, which most of the time you'd be summoning ducks to get Phalanx and level climb. But now with the release of XZs and some good ones like Atom, this card's got a lot better, because the fact that you can go ducks, equip Phalanx, unequip Phalanx, synchro to Vadriana, which will then equip the Phalanx again, and you unequip the Phalanx again, and you special summon this by sending the Phalanx to the graveyard, and you have 2 level 6s, but not before equipping the Phalanx using this effect, which is when it's summoned from the hand, either by normal summoning or special summon it. You can equip a dragon type Dragunity monster when you gave it to it. So you equip the Phalanx, unequip it, then you can either basically with never level 6 on the field, overlay into rank 6, or synchro into level 8. And this is basically one of the combos. Well, it's one of the pieces that makes your combo go off. Well, it's one of the key parts of the combo pieces. Next we have the card that added so much consistency in this deck, which is 3 Tempest. If you don't know, well, you must know from people playing Elemental Dragons and stuff, how crazy basically this card is. Well, all 4 dragons, but for this deck, it's nutty. If you don't know, it's got 3 effects. The second and third one are the ones that I'm mainly using here. And the first one is a bonus for this deck. Yeah, the first effect is if this card is in your hand or graveyard, you can special summon it by banishing 2 wind and or dragon monsters, special it from where it is, from hand or graveyard. And it's a combination, so you can either banish 2 wind monsters, or 2 dragons, or a wind and a dragon. Which is good for this deck, because you can use that effect in this deck, because half the monsters are dragons, and mostly all of them are wind. So yeah, you can always use that effect in this deck. And second effect, which is the one that you'll be using quite often, is you can discard this card and a wind monster from your hand to search your deck for a dragon. So most of the time you'll be discarding it with this, you'll be discarding it with Phalanx to add to your hand a Mistletoe. And when I said about consistency is the fact that this now basically Mistletoe is now searchable in this deck thanks to Tempest, whereas before you just have to basically hope you draw into it. But now it's changed. But now all 3 combo pieces are now searchable, which is Dux, Phalanx, Mistletoe in the first 3. Its third effect is another one you'll be using quite often in this deck, is when it's banished, so either from the graveyard deck, basically from wherever banished, remove from play, you can search your deck for 1 Wind Dragon from your deck and add to your hand. So again, search your Mistletoe, or if you need to, Phalanx. And you'll be using that effect most of the time from banishing it from via Gold Sark, which then is a +1, because you'll get this again in 2 turns, and you'll have the search that you wanted it primarily for. But you can only use each of those effects. Well, you can only use one of those effects once per turn, so you can't use the ditch Phalanx. It would Phalanx to search Mistletoe and then banish this. There's no Mistletoe. You can only use 1 effect per turn. Otherwise, it would be crazy good, like mad good for this. And your dragons would be even better than they are now. Another card is 2 Zephyros. So we play 2, so you can draw into it with that Ravine more often. And it's used because you can basically, when you bring out Red Eyes from Atom, it'd be 0. Basically this card allows you to reuse cards that you can only activate their effects once per turn, like Red Eyes, so you can banish the Red Eyes, banish something for the Red Eyes again, special and bring out something else, or bounce the Ravine, so you can use the effect that ditch something to search, send, and things like Phoenix Chain that I have in here. And also it's a level 4 wing beast to go with your Phalanx to make the Dragunity synchros. Next we have 2 Garuda. This card is good for this deck mainly because one, it's a wind, always good for this deck. It's a level 4 wing beast, so it goes as with Zephyros. It goes with Phalanx to make the Dragunity synchros. And main thing is its summoning condition. Well, how you can summon it is you can't be normal summon a set, and you can only special summon this card by banishing 1 wind monster from your graveyard. The other effect you don't really have to care about, because you barely ever be using it. You should be using it as a synchro material, or if possible, if you want to, an XZ. And it's basically, so banish a wind monster. Main wind monster you'll be banishing is Tempest. So you banish Tempest from the graveyard, special summon this, and then the Tempest will search for your Phalanx. You can also summon in synchro of it, or Mistletoe if you already have a way to, if you have a Dux in your hand or a Phalanx already. So yeah, activates Tempest and also adds to basically the synchroing. Next card we have is Red Eyes. Obviously why is in it, basically it's obvious why it's here. Special summon dragons. A lot of these are dragons and the synchros are dragons. 28-beat stick, and you can search it from Atom for free, and then bounce it back for Zephyros to bring it out again. Basically it's the key part of your OTK. I should stop saying basically a lot. Last monster we have is Dragunity Armor Leviathan. Reason for this is with the Zephyros and Dragon Ravine, this helps you make Trident Dragon to OTK. I will show it in another video, the combos you can do with this deck. And also, another good thing with this is, if say you have Red Eyes in your hand, normally when you go Atom to bring out Red Eyes, you go into this. If you have a Phalanx in the grave, which you should probably have from the whole making the 2 level 6s to make the Atom. When it's a special summon, you equip the Phalanx, unequip, then banish Red Eyes, so you've got a free Phalanx, and then Red Eyes can bring out, say, one of the level 6s you detached. Then max the Red Eyes for Zephyros, which then synchros with the Phalanx to make a Dragunity Night synchro, and then you basically put loads of damage, basically more monsters on the field, spam for more stuff. Onto the spells, I'll probably go quicker for these. We have 3 Ravine, obvious for this. searches your phalanxes, and searches your duxes, and dishes your phalanxes. It's the key card for the deck, or the key searching card. Free terraforming to get the ravine. Then we have the obvious staples: Reborn, Dark Hole, Storm, and another staple in my opinion for most decks, not all decks, but most decks, is Polar Rice. Put back the red eyes if it's engraved to bring it out with Atom again, or put back your Duxes and Synchros to basically be able to make them again. Then, as you see, it's an OTK deck, so if you don't go first and go off, or if your opponent's back row, you want to clear that back row, so we have 3 MST and 3 Night Beam, because you want to get rid of that back row, so your opponent can't. So basically, your opponent can't mess with you when you go off for your combo. So basically, you can go off with your combo without any disruptions, or without them like TTing you and stuff. And also, a good thing about Night Beam is the whole hit a sphere, they can't chain it, things like that. Next card, last spell we have in the deck is 3 gold sack. Main reason of this is main focus of this card is to basically banish Tempest and then get that search of a Mistletoe or Phalanx, whatever you need. Or say you go off with your combo and you already used Tempest, so you go off to end up with your field of Atom, Red Eyes and Stardust. You can search Pot of Avarice, so in 2 turns if they stop that or you haven't won, you will get Avarice back to your hand to basically 2 extra cards and reload your Red Eyes if it died back your deck to bring out again. Basically reuse your cards. And then the last card 3 we have is the Traps, which is 1 Judgment and 1 Phoenix Chain. Judgment's always live, which is the main reason it's here. More live than Warning is really good, but then you have basically a set price for Warning. With Judgment, it's always live because you can always have your life points. And then 2 Phoenix Chains for stopping your opponent's attacks and monster effects. So a Stardust with this on the field, you can stop them from MST and destroying this, and then stop monster effects with this, which is quite cool. Unless they have chain, then you're boned. Yep, that's the whole deck. In another video I'll show, as I said before, I'll show the combos of the whole Ravine and Zephyros, and the combo of how to put 8,000 damage on the board if you don't have Zephyros and Ravine. That's the one. Yeah, the other side deck, but I have the extra deck, so you can basically kind of devise, see how you can really pull it off without me telling you if you want to. It's missing 1 card, missing 2. I haven't had my M7 come through yet, and I'm going to put in a 3rd Atom because I realised I've got 14 here, and sometimes I do really need that 3rd Atom. So yeah, extra deck is 2 Guard Charger. Makes it so once you've used Atom, you can overlay onto it so you can still attack with it. And keep point, that is a wind as well, and does piercing as well. That's pretty good. This might be an M7. Yeah, M7 bounce. N7 is good for if you go off and your opponent has a set monster, bounce a set monster, swing clear field. Then we have 2 Atom. Gonna put the 3. Searches your Red Eyes and stuff in the deck. That's quite easy to make, and then you overlay for Guard Charger. Last XZ is 1 Darkest Phoenix. You can make this with 2 Phalanx, and then if you have a Guard Charge on the field, activate this on Guard Charger, so you have a 2/6 Piercer that can attack twice. And with the Red Eyes, the Guard Charger attacking twice is 8k. They have Giant Dragon, Leviathan, Clipper Phalanx unequipped, Synchro block, pop 2 cards, swing for 9k. Crimson Blader, good against Mermels, because if you kill one of their monsters per battle, in the next turn they can't drop their Megalos, Deus, and Leaf and stuff. And Scrap Dragon, it's a dragon. It clears your way by popping like a Ravine. If you go off your combo, you can pop the Ravine, which is now served its purpose, and pop your opponent's monsters, swing, clear the field, clear the way for game. Stardust, if you go first, you normally probably go for this. to protect your field from dark hole, and have this protected by back row, so basically you're safe for next turn. Basically protect yourself until you can go off and attack next turn. They have one good egg. Mainly here is a level 6 dragon for Atom, and also the fact it can dump Zephyros in your grave to continue your combo of 8,000. Yeah, basically your combo. Then you have free. And lastly, we have free Dragunity of Adriana, the basically second one of the level climbing, and also once you make 2 level 6, if you make this makes it, if you have a Mistletoe, you go into this, get the Phalanx, so you can drop the Mistletoe and then make Atom. And free is the must, just because the fact that you can probably use free in a single turn, and it's just too good. But yeah, that is my Dragunity deck profile. Next I have basically the combo video of Ravine and Zephyros and other ways to put 8k on the board, well, as many as I can think of. But yeah, for now, hope you enjoyed it. Rate, comment, subscribe, and if you still watch, then thank you.